I hope you had a great Easter weekend hanging out with family and friends and pigging out like I did. But now it is back to the grind. Here is a look at your Gap and Go trades for the week of April 6th through the 10th. I will go over price targets on the 5-minute time frame, have a gap recap from March 30th through April 2nd, and update the chart as well. Hi everyone, it's Dow on the Dow. Last week, first up was Nike. This week it is Rivn. We ended the week at $15.40, up 3.08%. We are at the middle of the trend. This is an area we've been before. I will delete that line and put the new color in because that color represents 2026. All right, we could chop sideways or continue our path upward, follow this middle of the trend line as well. 2 standard deviations takes us to one level of resistance and a potential take profit area at 1576. Above that, 1595, and 4 standard deviations will take us to roughly 1613. I don't think we will get to that level on Monday, but if we wick up to that area, you can bet there will be a pullback as people take their profits and they run. They will lock in and they will leave. To the south side, one level of support, because there are many levels of support and resistance in between -2 and 2 standard deviations, but -2 will take us to 1504. Below that, 1486 and roughly 1467. Ignore all the other horizontal lines. This was an old price target. This is from 2026. The purple line rather is from 2025. All right, we have a gap that will take us down to 1403. And what happened this previous week from here to here? We started out here and ended up here, one leg up. But note, we hit this line. This is support, and we bounced off of this line that I drew. And this is resistance, just grinding along this green line, the middle of the trend. And then look at this. If this is a sell, not a sell signal, I don't know. That just smacks you in the face if you're trying to take profit and get out. But there it was, and it got up there by a wick and then fell right back down. This gap closed. And then we made our way back up and then down to support with the buy-in. And for the upcoming week, we could see price levels get to 1654. We are trying to hit this line. This is the price target, $17 that I drew out a while ago. But now that I'm checking, the new price target is actually $17.79, which represents a 15.53% return from where we are. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to go even higher, 1825, 1882, and then some other gaps taking us up to 2335. And watch out for landmines to the south side, because there's always a south side, taking us all the way down to 1138. Not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close, just something to be aware of. Moving on to NEO. We ended the week at $6.30. Ignore the horizontal lines again. I'm not going to continue saying that. Just, it's obvious if you watch this, you'll know. The yellow line is from 2024. So we're very close to that. I'm just going to mark it out. I'm going to delete the purple line. All right. So that will take us to 637. That's resistance. We could chop sideways or follow this line up. 662. That's really, I should just stop right there and not give any other price targets. But down the road, 673 and 685. This was an old line that I drew out that was a previous price target. And the new one is, oh, it dropped by a little bit, 678, not 681 anymore. 613, one level of support, potential buy-in area, potential stop loss area. $6 and back to an old area that I drew out, which is also a price target from the analysts on TradingView. That's back to 588. Looking left, check this out. Wow. Nice run for NEO. 531 ended at 630. So we have this gap that opened up that's still in play now because when we reverse, it will eventually close. And we hit this line, that's resistance, fell back down, buy in at support, resistance busted through. This is a clear sell signal. Dropped, went sideways, another leg up with the wick that took us here, fell back down, slammed us down, back to this line that I drew that acted now as support, and then just grinding sideways. And watch out for the landmines to the south side. We have one here. Oops. As well, not in the channel, not in the zone. That'll take us down to 497. And then down here. It's one gap at a time. And what about to the north side? Have I marked anything out? Yeah, I got to go. Oh, here's one at 661. I'll go look for other gaps to the north side, but that is a target. Will we hit it this week? We could touch this line at 662. Let me mark that out. Or 652 rather. I upload this as a short and sometimes you can't see it, so I have to say the numbers out loud for people who don't get to see the video portion, because when you upload a short, things get cut off. All right, and let's move on to the next one. Boeing 208 is where we ended. Well, we were down to 190 last week. Woo, for the beginning of the week. All right, as you can see, I have marked this out a gazillion times. And no, I don't go through and delete everything. But the middle of the trend is back to an area we've been. I shall delete that. You can go back to the old videos and see where where it began. All right, $211.96. I cannot speak. I'm getting over a massive, well, I don't want to say cold because it was allergies. And boy, it has just hit me for like 2 weeks. And I am not 100%. And that's why I have been not making videos. I sound like, I don't know, a terrible chipmunk or something. Okay. We could chop sideways over here. And then I had visitors. So I've been extremely busy and working on my taxes. I had to buy a car, lots of things. Okay, 219.14. I should stop right there and just go only to 2 standard deviations, but I do like to see where we could be headed, and that right there is 222.89. And above that, down the road, 226.12. We've been there before. Let's get back there and stay there. Wouldn't that be lovely? 204.83, 201.17, another potential buy-in area as well as potential stop-loss area. This gap closes at 199.15 if you'd like to go short. And this will take us down to an area we've been, 197.38. Now, what happened here? This is a new opportunity to go south. But obviously, if you bought higher, you don't want to see that. But for people who want to get in or dollar cost average, it's the only way. Buy at a pullback. Even though for others, it's painful. Option R. Oh, wait a minute. No, that one didn't touch, just verifying. Okay. Oh, and this one touched though. Yay. 205.77. Congratulations if you went long off of that gap. So I will delete 205.77. delete, delete. Okay, that closed. Oh, and we have other gaps, not in the channel, not in the zone. Something to be aware of. Okay, that's it for now. One day I should do these on the daily time frame so I can clean up my chart a little bit better, but I don't like to go back and forth between time frames doing this because it gets wonky. So we have gaps that you can see that will take us down. And what happened last week? We were here, basically went sideways, bounced off of this line that I drew. All the white lines are price targets from analysts that either have been met or still need to be completed, like this one and the bottom one. Where did it go? Oh, right here. Already done. That's done. And I don't know what the next white line is. The next target is 275.30, which represents a 32% return. Very nice. Still in an upward channel. And next week, yeah, actually, we could actually touch this by the end of the week. Wow. If we continue to go up, but there could be a rug pull. There always is one. 241.62. Moving on. Next up is Nike. This one has been slammed. We had earnings, and while they made a ton of money, they said they were going to make less money or something to that effect. It's all about the Benjamins, isn't it? 44.19. Even if you make it, you get slammed because it's not enough, or they expected more even though it was more than the last time, but it's all a game. Okay, 44.19 down 0.99%. This is where we are. To the north side, resistance 45.95, 47.86, and 49.62. To the south side, 42.35, 38.55. It's like going to church. It's all about the Benjamins. They had two collections when I took my neighbor who is in her 80s to church. They did one collection and then they did another collection with a different colored basket, which threw me off because I wasn't paying attention. But there's always that building fund. It's the ongoing draining of your money. It's always the building fund. Why isn't the regular donations allocated to a portion of the building fund? It's like nickeling and diming you to death. This is why people don't want to go to church. 36.79, although the message is there, and that's why some people need salvation, okay? And I went, and I felt good about it, took my neighbor who can't drive. She's a great lady, and whenever I can, I take her everywhere I can go. 36.79 and 34.93, and I digress about the building fund. It drives me bonkers. Okay. Let's talk about the gaps. This opportunity gap to the north side will take us to 44.61, but we are going down. But you know what? Because we've been going down, maybe there'll be a reversal. You can't just keep going down. Poor Nike, its demise started when it went woke. You go woke, you go broke. Starbucks, Nike, so many companies. Okay, that closed 51.37. You can't offend both sides if you're a company. You got to keep I don't know what. Never mind, I'm just not going to say it. Okay, 55.06. But they got punished, and investors, traders get punished because of their management stupidity. Okay, 62.13. All these gaps. Oops. To the north side. still in play, but not in the channel because we're going down. But again, that's an opportunity to get in or dollar cost average. Okay, did I take this down to 34 or say 34.91 if I didn't? 36.77. I have Alzheimer's now. 38.57. All right. We started at 51.37 and now we're at 44.19. Last one, Tsly. Poor Tsly. It's getting whipped around, but that's okay. That happens to every ticker. 21.09 to the north side takes us to the middle of the trend. That is this line that I've already marked out back on Friday the 20th for Monday the 23rd. Since we're so close to that line, well, yeah, right here, I'm just going to delete it, add my new one, and delete that one. That's okay, I don't need these lines. I just do it so you can see where we've been, where we're going if you're a new trader, trying to make sense of everything. 30.91, down the road 31.45 and 32.01. This gap is still in play. This gap opened up because we went down. We dropped from here to here. And earnings was when? Oh, we got dividends there. Look at all of these gaps. Oh, that was a while. Oh, wait, this is an ETF. What was I thinking? I was thinking Tesla, not Tsly, but I'm doing Tsly. I own both. All right. I did all that. 28.74, 28.19 roughly, 27.65. Hopefully we'll close out these gaps to the north side this week. Fingers crossed that we are going to be rocking and rolling to the north side. All right, that does it for me. That is a look at Rivn, NEO, Boeing, Nike, and Tsly. Check out my video on Mara and Bitcoin, and I will work on hopefully more videos this week, or maybe after the 15th when I have more time. All right, have a great trading week.